Welcome back to the channel. I'm Blind OG, and we are getting into a new game called Minecraft Dungeons. Now, this is a bit of a spin-off from the original Minecraft game, which, although was not fully accessible for the totally blind, did have some really good accessibility features. It did have text-to-speech. But although it was made accessible, the gameplay is not really accessible, and that's just because of the type of game that it is. It could be made accessible, but it would take a lot, a whole kind of like overhaul type of deal. And I think at the end of it, I don't know if it would be really the same type of Minecraft as like the original, or as like other like sighted people play. But it's still a really cool project that if it were made accessible would be really awesome. So alright, so when I first booted up this game, the first window was a sign in window, and you can either make a new profile, or you can sign in through Xbox or sign in through your Microsoft account. So now that I am signed in and I have everything turned on, as far as the accessibility menu, you can hit F1.
Text to speech.
And
toggle text to speech on.
And text
Use
to
left
speech
mouse
is
button
the
to change option.
First option, as you can hear.
Subtitles.
Subtitles.
Adjusts whether subtitles are on or not. There is an option for subtitles with sound description too for the hard of hearing, on.
Now,
use left mouse button to change option.
Right now, I have NVDA going because I might want to use the OCR feature in that. And then I also have narrator going because the game bar that I'm recording this through pretty much only works with narrator. So I have two of those going, but the screen reader that you're hearing is a text to speech, which is pretty much the game. So there's no stopping it, there's no slowing it down, all that kind of stuff. Alright, so let's go through some of the rest of these options.
Enemy outline color. This changes the enemy outline color, red. Use left mouse button to change option. Chat wheel type. Toggle chat wheel types, press and select. Use left mouse button to change option.
Alright, so
Accessibility Help Center opens the Accessibility Help Center for Minecraft Dungeons. Use left mouse button to select option.
So that's interesting that they have an Accessibility Help Center, and I'll do some more research on exactly what that is a little bit later. Alright, so then hit escape to go back,
menu
and then
main menu open.
We can go to
Current
F2
game mode set to online game.
for the regular settings.
Game. Press H to switch hero. Press F1 for accessibility settings. Press F2 for settings. Press ESC to exit game. Connect 2 or more controllers to play local multiplayer.
And another thing I failed to mention is that although this game is released on Xbox and PC, I'm playing it right now on my PC. I do have an Xbox controller hooked up, but I'm not using it right now. Right now I'm using my keyboard. So let's go into some of the regular options, see what we can tweak in our favor before we actually start the game.
Settings menu opened. Controller. Use left mouse button. Game. Use left mouse. Language select. Changes language, English. Tutorial hints. Turns on/off hints during the tutorial, On. Cursor binding. Select how you want the mouse cursor to be bound to the game window. Smart, bound. HUD scale, adjust the scale of the HUD, 100%. Click and drag with left mouse button to change value. Game menu closed. Settings menu opened. Controller. Use left mouse button to select option. View controls, view the current controls. Use left mouse button to select option. Customize controls, customize the controls. Use
Alright.
left mouse button to select option. Vibration. Toggles controller vibration on or off, on.
Oh,
Use
good.
left mouse button to change option. Dead zone left stick, adjusts the size of the dead zone of the left stick, with dead zone right stick, adjusts the size of the dead zone of the right stick, which determines how far you must push the stick before input is registered, 20%. Click and drag with left mouse button to change value.
That's actually really good to have. Especially in games that are like first person shooters, because the right stick always controls sort of like your upper body, so where you aim, and with that being up higher, you won't have your cursor moving around everywhere all crazy and all that kind of stuff. So alright.
Controller menu closed.
Alright, so
Settings
what
menu
else do we
opened.
have in here?
Key bindings.
Key
Use left
bindings.
mouse button to
I won't really get into
audio.
that.
Use left mouse.
See what the audio
Master
is.
volume, adjusts the master volume of the game.
Yep.
Music volume, adjust the music volume level in game. SFX volume, adjust the volume of sound effects. Ambience volume, adjust the volume of ambient sound effects. Dialogue volume, adjust the volume of dialogue spoken in game. Video volume, adjust the volume of all audio in the pre-rendered cinematics, 100%. Auto mute game. Toggle whether the game plays sound in the background when not in focus, PC
Oh,
only,
that's cool.
on. Use left mouse button to change option.
Alright.
Audio menu closed. Settings menu opened. Display/graphics. Use left credits. Use left
Alright.
mouse button to select intro video. Use left mouse button to select option.
That's cool.
Accessibility.
And then
Use
of
left
course they
mouse button
have
to
the
select option.
accessibility, and we're going to go in there because sometimes, even though they have a shortcut key from the main menu, sometimes inside of the the normal way to get to some accessibility menus in games, it has more features, so it might have more stuff in
Text to
here.
speech. Toggle
Maybe,
text to
maybe not.
speech,
So
on.
let's check it out.
Subtitles.
Yep.
Adjust enemy outline color.
Yep.
Chat wheel type. Talk. Accessibility Help Center.
Alright,
Opens
so
the
it's the same.
Accessibility Help Center for Minecraft. Accessibility menu closed. Settings menu opened. Log out. Use left mouse button to select.
Alright, so
Settings
that's
menu
pretty
closed.
much. Alright, so now what we're going to do.
Switching hero. Use none to select current hero. No hero selected. Changed hero. Use none to select current hero. Use left to go to previous hero. Use right to go to next hero. Use escape for cancel, C for make clone, S for change skin.
Oh, that's cool. So you can change the skin on your heroes.
Pop up.
And there is
game.
a DLC pack for this too. So let's see what other things we have on here.
Menu opened. Use mouse cursor to navigate. Use escape to exit.
So you have a friends
Start
menu.
Online game. Start online game.
I don't know if I should have changed that from online to local or not, but we'll see. This is just a little bit of a preview or review really. So
New objective. Go to the
okay,
village.
so cool. So it reads out your objectives.
The
That's
village is
good.
burning. No doubt this is the work of the evil Arch-Illager and his minions. They sweep across the land like a ravenous scourge, subjugating or
And I
destroying
hate to
all in their
really
path.
have these
This is a
cutscenes and
time for
stuff in
heroes like
in
yourself.
the
Make
video,
haste. The
but if
villagers have
there
need of
are
you.
accessibility, things that pop up, I'd like to have that in the video. So sorry for those, people who don't like spoilers, but it's the beginning of the game. We're not going to get deep into this game,
New
so
objective. Go to the
shouldn't
village.
be too bad.
Move around. Try to move around a bit to stretch your legs. Use.
All right. So we can move
Find the
around.
objective. Follow the navigation marker to reach your current objective. Use.
Now, what is the navigation marker?
New objective. Defeat the zombie.
Uh-oh. Alright.
Kill the zombie. Your sword is effective in close combat. Use it to defeat the zombie. Use.
Oh, it's hitting me.
Health remaining 83 out of 100. New objective. Defeat the invaders. Health remaining 66 out of 100.
So, in order to kill that zombie, you use the A button, which is attack, and the left thumbstick moves your character around. Not really sure what this right thumbstick does, but I will definitely be going back into the control scheme to see exactly what all these buttons do. Now, about the objectives. That's what I'm wondering about. Alright, so what I'm going to do is check out some more of these buttons on the controller and see what the heck they do. So the left trigger doesn't do anything. I don't know what the right trigger does.
Health remaining 100 out of
Oh,
100.
okay. So the left bumper uses your health potion. That's cool. And it's good that it tells you your health. That's pretty awesome. Alright, let's see about the Y. Doesn't make any noise, so I'm not sure if it does anything. Alright. See about X. X is the same, doesn't really make any noise. B is the same, doesn't really make any noise. And A attacks. Alright, so let's see about the other buttons here. So I'm pressing up on the D-pad.
Inventory opened.
Oh,
Empty.
nice.
Press escape to go back.
Okay, so I don't have anything in my inventory,
Empty slot.
but
Press B
since
for back
it's
or
telling
use
me
left
that it's an
thumbstick for
empty
navigation.
slot, that leads me to believe that if there were something in there, it would tell me what it was. So, okay, so far this is looking pretty promising, except for the objective thing, which, may or may not be accessible. I'm not really sure yet. So, alright. Left on the D-pad, that doesn't really do anything. Right on the D-pad doesn't do anything. Down on the D-pad does something, but I'm not really sure. It might be moving the character. Kind of sounds like he's maybe standing and squatting or something. Alright, so let's see here. I'm press in on the right thumbstick. And that's sort of like the same as hitting the right bumper.
Health remaining 75 out of 100.
Uh-oh. Alright, so I got hit by something. I have no clue what it is. Alright. And pressing on the left bump or the left thumbstick doesn't do anything.
Blind Og 83. Press B for close.
Alright, the select button.
Refresh. Refresh. Add friend. Add
Okay,
friend.
so the select button is where you can add a friend to your game. That's kind of cool. Alright.
Menu opened.
Start
Resume
button
game.
is the menu.
Use A to select settings. Use
And
A
you
to
can
view
get
controls.
you can get back into
Use
the controls and
menu
all that kind of
closed.
stuff. So press B to get out of that. So far, like, I'm actually really surprised at, you know, at this game, like how accessible it is. The only problem I have is trying to figure out what exactly where the objective is. There's no sound source for the objective right now, so I'm kind of just running around trying to see um so the sound in this game is really good. Like, it sounds really nice. Music is nice. Alright, I hear that there's a fire around here. And then earlier when I was running around, I did hear water. So it's actually pretty decent as far as the sound design goes. Alright, so we're moving to the east away from there. Sounds more like an open area. Gonna move south and see what's down here. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go into the controller.
Return to camp. Use A. Return to main menu. Use A. Return to camp.
Okay, so you can
use
return
A to select option or use left thumbstick up or down to select another
which
option.
is sort of like a fast travel. That's cool.
View controls. Customize controls. Customize the controls. Use A to select option or use left thumbstick up or down to select another option.
Alright, so apparently the only option you can do is customize.
Controls opened. Key bindings menu opened. Mail ranged attack. Use item number 1. Current key bind. X. Press B for back.
Okay.
Press Y for default. Ranged attack. Current key bind. Gamepad right trigger axis. Press Y for defaults. Use left mouse button to select. Melee / interact. Current key bind. A. Press Y for defaults.
Alright, so what I'm looking for is
use item number 1. Use item number 2. Current key bind. Y. Press Y for defaults. Use left mouse button to select. Use item number 3.
The objectives.
Current key bind. B. Press Y. Heal. Current key bind. Gamepad left shoulder. Press Y for defaults.
That's
use
awesome.
Left mouse button to select. Roll. Current key bind. Gamepad right shoulder. Press Y.
Oh, so
defaults.
that's how you
use
roll
mouse button to select.
in battle. Okay.
Teleport. Current key bind. Gamepad right thumbstick button. Press B for back. Press Y for defaults. Press X for clear. Chat wheel. Current key bind. Gamepad left trigger. Press B for back. Press Y for defaults. Press X for clear. Friends menu. Current key bind. Select. Press Y for defaults. Open map. Current key bind. Gamepad D-pad down. Press B for back. Press Y for defaults.
Okay,
press X
so
for clear.
The map.
Press A for edit.
The map doesn't really seem to be accessible because I did hit the down key and couldn't really do anything. But I'm gonna go check that out again here in a little bit.
Open inventory. Current key bind. Gamepad D-pad up. Press Y. For defaults, use left mouse button to select.
Alright.
Customize controls, controller map menu closed. View controls. Use A to select, return to camp. Use, menu closed.
Alright, so that's the map.
Health remaining 56 out of 100.
I don't know why I keep losing health, but that might be because I haven't completed the objective. So, like I said, I'm not really sure where the objective is or how to find it. So if there was some kind of audio cue for that, that would be awesome. Like, as of right now, that's the only real thing that I'm seeing. But like I said, I haven't really gotten far into this game. Like, I'm not really sure how crafting works and upgrading, you know, weapons and all that kind of stuff, if that's even a thing. So it sounds like a door over here. Alright, and there's water. So, as far as right now, the environment seems pretty empty, although, I mean, I know this is the beginning of the game. So I'm not sure if there are, you know, objects that I can interact with. There's no sound cues for any interactables that are on the map. And going through the accessibility options, I didn't see anything for that. So, alright, so what I'm gonna do
Menu opened.
is we're gonna go back
Return
to
to
camp.
Use return to camp. Pop up, return to camp. Are you sure? Press A for confirm.
Alright, so we're gonna return to camp.
Menu closed.
Alright, and then also having a thing where I can look at objectives, like go over objectives and things like that, would be very useful. Sort of just like the inventory, you know, being able to open up objectives and know, you know, which objective that I need to do, which
Select
ones I
mission.
have
Once you feel ready to continue your
completed.
quest against the Arch-Elager, open the map to select your next mission. Use.
Okay, so we can open the map to select a mission, but opening the map is not very
Creeper Woods. Press A to select mission.
Oh,
Press B to go back.
excuse the hell
Press
out of
gamepad
me.
right trigger to view next mission.
I was just about to say that it's
Press
not
Y to
very
change
accessible,
difficulty.
but
Press gamepad left shoulder or gamepad right shoulder to switch between realms.
okay. Okay, so
Current difficulty default. Difficulty rules. Enemies are balanced for a first playthrough. Very few enchanted enemies. Rewards are average. Press B for back. Or use left thumbstick left or right to change difficulty. Creeper Woods. Press A to select mission.
Creeper Woods. We're gonna see what that is.
Start mission. Menu closed.
That's so funny.
New
I was
objective.
just
Free
gonna
the
say
villager.
that the map wasn't that accessible, but just happened to press it. So when you use the map when you're at
By the
camp,
Arch-Illager's decree, All free folk are now enemies of the Illager
It's
Empire.
accessible.
Somewhere in these woods, a caravan is transporting villager prisoners to labor in far-off lands. Find the caravan and stop the Illagers, or there's no telling what dreadful doom will befall our villager friends.
Alright.
New objective. Free the villager.
Free the villager. Alright. I have no clue how I'm supposed to free the villager, but I'll walk around. Hey. Walk around, something happens. Sounded like a wolf. I think having a
Health remaining 95 out of 100.
I think having a focus button would be nice, because as of right now I'm just running around kind of swinging with my sword, and it kind of seems like the wolves are growling. Alright, think I got one. Seems like they would come towards me though. Alright.
TNT. Health remaining 87. Picked up.
Alright, so I got some explosives, apparently, which I guess would be good inside of a mine.
Chat. Picked up.
Alright, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to check out what I picked up later. The interesting thing about this is that the wolves, or whatever these things are, they don't really seem to be coming towards me. Oh, maybe that one is. Alright, that one did. And then another cool thing is not everything drops stuff, so that's kind of cool. I don't know what that is. Oh, I'm getting hit. That's what that is. So the controller
Health remaining
vibrates.
28 out of 100.
The controller vibrates when you get hit. Alright. So I
Health
use
remaining 100 out
a
of
health
100.
potion. Now, good to know how many health potions I have, but I'll be able to go into inventory hopefully and see. Oh, okay. So the enemies do come towards you. They just are a little bit slow, and maybe that's because this is, you know, the beginning of the game. So right now, this game kind of reminds me of Diablo, which is a pretty cool game. So yeah, I think the objective game, or the sound cues for that, so that, you know, I kind of know what I need to do to
Heals 50% over 10 seconds.
to complete an objective.
You have fallen.
Uh-oh.
Lives remaining 2. Health remaining minus.
Alright, so
Health remaining 100 out of 100.
So you start out with 3 lives. That's good to know. And it's also good that they, you know, have something that let you know how many lives you have left. Alright, so. Oh, there's a monster around here. Or I guess it's a creeper, since these are the creeper woods. Alright. Um, Also having some kind of proximity would be nice, so you know exactly where a monster is to you. Right now it's just coming through the left or right speaker kind of thing, but there's no sort of like there's no distance, you know, like having it sound lower when it's further away and when it's right on top of you louder is something that is really good for that, and a very, very easy fix as far as accessibility goes. Alright, so let's check out this inventory.
Inventory opened. Empty. Press escape to go back.
Alright, so I know that I picked up stuff, but for some reason it's still telling me that my inventory is empty.
Melee. Ranged. Armor. Artifacts. Enchanted. Empty slot. Press B for back or use left thumbstick for navigation.
Alright, so we can go through all these different
All.
things
Empty
in
slot.
your inventory,
Press B
right?
for back or
But there's no, it just says
empty
empty,
slot.
which I know that I
Press B
picked
for
up some
back or
stuff.
use
So that's, you know,
empty
that's
slot.
kind of weird.
Empty slot. Melee. All. Empty slot.
So that's a bit weird that it's not
Empty slot.
it's not
Press B for
giving
back
me
or use left thumbstick for
any
navigation.
information on what I picked up. Okay. And this monster that's around here somewhere keeps making a bunch of noise, but it's almost like I keep running right past him. So, alright. I'm gonna keep going this way. There we go. So it didn't drop anything. So my question is, if I sit here and just keep hitting the attack button, will it attack everything around me? Or just in certain directions?
Swiftness potion. Picked up.
Alright, so I got a
Health
swiftness
remaining 92 out of 100.
potion. So
Arrow
I'm
picked up. Arrow count 120.
alright, so I got arrows now.
Health remaining 58 out of 100.
Alright, so let's look back into this inventory.
Inventory opened. Empty. Press escape to go back.
Now it's still saying that it's empty.
Melee. Ranged. Empty slot.
Alright, so the arrows should be in here.
Empty slot. Press B for back or use left thumbstick for navigation.
Alright, so I'm using the left stick for navigation, and they're
Empty slot.
still empty.
Empty slot. Press B for back or use left empty slot. Empty slot. Empty slot.
Alright,
Press
so
B
that's
for back or use left thumbstick for navigation.
that's definitely something that should be addressed, because I know that I picked up stuff, and I like picked up a potion.
Armor. Artifacts. Enchanted. Empty slot. Press B for back or use left thumbstick for navigation.
Yeah, so this
Equipped. Bow power 1. Press B
okay.
for back. Press empty slot. Equipped. Bow power 1. Press B for back. press right trigger for unequip, press X for salvage, press Y for enchantments, press A for pickup. Use left thumbstick for navigation.
Press A
10
for...
to press B for cancel, press A for put down.
Alright.
Equipped, bow power 1. Empty slot. Empty slot. Empty slot. Empty slot. Press B for back or use left thumbstick for navigation. Empty slot.
Alright, so that's
Press
interesting.
B. Range. Empty slot. Empty slot. Press B for back or use left thumbstick for empty slot. Press B for back or use left thumbstick for navigate.
It's kind of weird because you would
Equipped,
think...
sword power 1. Press B
Okay,
for back.
so
Press
it
right
does...
trigger for unequip.
So
press
it does
X for salvage.
work.
Press Y for enchantments. Press A for pickup.
It works.
Use left thumbstick
but
for navigation.
there
10 to 16
is...
melee damage. A sturdy and reliable blade.
Okay, so there's so many slots that you can get lost. See, when I was hearing the sound of it hitting up against something, I thought that meant that there was nothing, you know, that it wasn't moving, but it is moving. Alright, so...
Empty slot. Press B for back or use left thumbstick for navigation.
Now, question is, how do you find your stuff?
Equipped, sword power 1. Press B for back, press right trigger, melee.
Alright.
All. Empty
So,
slot. Press B for back or use left thumbstick for navigation.
see, like, when it says all, there should be a lot of stuff in here.
Empty slot. Press
And
B for back
there
or use
should
left
be
thumbstick for
a
navigation.
memory option that allows you when you're inside of your inventory. So it'll go back to the last thing that you were looking at in your inventory. Like, that's something that would be very, very useful for people who are sighted and people who are, you know, disabled. So,
Equipped, bow power 1. Press B for back, press right trigger for unequip, press X for salvage. Empty slot.
now there
Press
should
B
be
for back or
arrows,
use.
and there
Equipped,
should be potions,
empty slot. Press
but
B for back
I'm
or use
going
left thumbstick for navigation.
around all of the slots
Equipped, bow power 1.
that are around
Press
this,
empty
and
slot.
I'm not
Empty
seeing
slot. Press B for back or use left thumbstick for navigation.
not really seeing anything else that's around this this bow.
Equipped, bow power 1. Press B for back, press right trigger. Empty slot. Equipped, sword power 1. Press B
Alright,
for
yeah,
back,
that's just
press right trigger for unequip.
like what it
Press
seems
X
like
for
is that
salvage.
this is
Press Y
this
for
is a
enchantments.
grid,
Press A for pickup. Use
but
left thumbstick for navigation.
sort of like a
10 to 16 melee damage.
funky grid.
A sturdy and reliable blade.
Alright, so that's, you know, inventory. That's interesting. So you can access your inventory, alright? So that's cool. At least you can access it. Now, how easy it is to access your items in your inventory might be something else, but I'm not going to complain about that because at least you can access your inventory, alright? So at least that is accessible. Alright, so I think the only thing that I have to say bad about this game so far is that is, you know, because everything else can be worked around. So the objectives, you know, like pretty much getting a repeat of what objective that you are supposed to be on, you know, that's one thing. And then also trying to find out what button is for health. I know how to drink a health potion, but I'm not really sure about how to see the status of my character. Alright, so right now I'm inside of the map, and like I said
Inventory
before,
opened.
the map doesn't really seem to be that accessible. So alright, so I'm gonna hit the map button. Alright, so this doesn't really do much. Yeah.
Inventory opened.
Alright, so
Empty slot. Press B for back or use left thumbstick for navigation.
alright, so all in all, this game seems to be pretty accessible. Let's see about the bow. Now
Menu
I have to
opened.
go back into the controls.
Settings. Use A to select. Settings menu opened. Press B for back.
Because I forgot
Key
what
bindings.
the
Controller. Controller menu opened. Press B for back. Press Y
I
for
thought it was
defaults.
RB for ranged attack.
Customize controls. Key bindings menu opened. Melee/interact. Current key bind. A. Press B for back. Press Y for ranged attack. Current key bind. Gamepad right trigger axis. Press B for back.
Oh,
Press Y for defaults. Press X for clear.
right
Press A for
trigger axes. Oh, so maybe it's right trigger and you have to press the thumbstick in the direction that you want to use the arrow
controller menu
or
closed.
the bow.
Settings
Alright,
menu closed.
so let's see.
Settings. Menu closed. Earn. Press A to smash.
Interesting. Kind of interesting that that popped up. So, since I have a bow, it would be nice to hear like sort of like a bow and arrow sort of signal, or you know, because right now it just seems like my character is just jumping in a certain direction.
Earn. Press A to smash.
Alright, so I don't know what it picked up or what was inside the urn. And that's another thing, you know, like having some sort of sound cue that lets you know that there's an urn there. Like I just seen that urn, you know, clearly out of, you know, an accident because I was trying to figure out how to shoot or use my ranged attack. I don't know what that noise is. Yeah, so the right thumbstick, which is supposed to be for ranged attacks, doesn't really sound like it's a ranged attack, you know, but let's see if we can find some more of those creepers. Alright, so another thing about navigation that's really cool is that when you run into something, although it doesn't give you a bumping noise, like you ran into something that you can't pass, you do stop. Like you don't hear footsteps. So that's something that's, you know, that's pretty cool. There's no way to know whether you're close to a door or anything like that. And then also, like I said about the sound cues for the objectives, You know, right now the objectives are pretty vague as far as understanding and knowing what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Like, I know it said I was supposed to be saving a villager, but not really having any information on where, you know, like where a villager is and that kind of thing is really crucial. So I'm trying to use this right stick to
Health
okay.
remaining 38 out of 100.
Alright, so I figured it out. Alright, so in order to use a range attack, you use the right thumbstick, and that kind of, I guess it kind of puts you into a position maybe, and then you hit the right trigger, and it actually does sound like a bow. Okay, so that's actually really cool. But just remember, you have a, you know, a finite amount of arrows, so you don't want to use all your arrows up. But that is really cool. Alright, so I take that back about the range, you know, now that
Apple.
I've figured out.
Picked up.
Alright, found an apple. Now, finding that apple, I just ran over it.
Health
And it
remaining
said
59 out of 100.
and it said an apple. So
Health remaining 51 out of 100.
alright, so those range attacks,
Apple.
they work.
Heals 20% over 3 seconds. Press A to pick up. Apple. Heals health remaining 42 out of 100.
So I'm trying to figure out
Apple.
where.
Picked up.
Alright, there we go. So
Health remaining 64 out of 100.
alright, there we go. I was just gonna say, after you use an apple or something, knowing how much health you have after is something that is, you know, would be nice, but they already got that in here, so that is really awesome. Alright, so alright, so the ranged attack, it is actually possible to line up and be able to use it.
Health remaining 56 out of 100. Chat picked up. Health remaining 47 out of 100. Captured villager. Press
Oh,
A
look
to
who
rescue.
it is. So
New objective.
now,
Find the caravan.
now, I guess pretty much what you have to do is go and explore, because I don't really know of any way that you know, like, you can find you know, as far as like finding the objective and all that kind of stuff. And then having a sound cue for when things drop, for when you're using a ranged weapon, is that would be nice, so that I can sort of try and find what dropped and pick it up.
Level up. Current level 2. Enchant. Health remaining 100 out of 100.
Alright, so that's cool.
Health remaining 63 out of 100.
Alright, so I think I got an achievement. That's cool. I think that I'll be playing this game a lot because it seems like a really cool game.
Health remaining 32 out of 100.
I don't want to get too
Health
low on
remaining
health.
100 out of 100.
Alright, so now we're supposed to be finding a caravan. Alright, so some water around here. So we're gonna go all the way over to the west and see what we can find. Now, that noise, I'm not sure if that is a door swinging or a sign, you know? So I'm not really sure what that is. Sounds like it's, you know, swinging in the breeze. So hopefully that's not some useful information, you know, that's not accessible. Alright, so the only thing that I have to say now, because, okay, the objectives, you can kind of walk around and figure out what that, you know, that objective was, okay, so that's cool. But having some kind of menu that says what the objective is something that would be nice to have. Alright. So we're supposed to be finding a caravan. And all we're doing is just hanging out.
Health remaining 69 out of 100.
Now, along with that character status, it'd be nice to get a breakdown about strengths, weaknesses, pretty much stats, status, like is, you know, like if that's something in this game. I don't even know if getting poison or if status effects are something that is in this game. I'm not really sure, but that kind of information would be nice to have accessible. I don't know what that means. It's a weird noise. That's weird. Alright, so there must be a wall there or something. Alright. Now, having a shield would be interesting. But I guess you don't really need a shield if you just keep hitting the attack button. Alright, so there's a wall. So you can hear enemies, apparently, through walls and stuff. Alright, so I went around.
Picked up.
So I went around
Picked up.
and got that.
Health remaining 100 out of 100.
Now, there is a noise that's here, but I'm not really sure what it means. Like, it could possibly mean that there's something else to pick up. Oh, maybe it just meant that there's something to smash there. Okay. So then that would make me go back to what I said earlier about, you
Health
know,
remaining 92 out of 100.
having sound cues. Maybe there are sound cues for things.
Earn. Press A to smash.
Alright, now what did I pick up? It doesn't really tell you what's in an urn or what urns are used for or what Alright, I don't know what that is. Yeah, see, so there's sound effects for certain things, but from a blind and visually impaired standpoint, if the sound is not associated with something, then it's just a sound, you know, and I have no clue what the sound kind of means. So, you know, so having some kind of message that can be read out from text to speech to say, you know, like you picked up something or, you know, something like that would
Chest.
be. Oh,
Press A
look,
to open.
found a chest. If I can find it again. I didn't hit A fast enough.
Chest.
There we
Arrow
go.
bundle. A small
Hey,
bundle of arrows. Press A to pick up. Bow.
definitely.
Arrow count, 100, picked up.
Alright, so we got some more arrows. That's always good. Now, having an objective sound cue. I know I mentioned this a couple times, and I'm going to keep mentioning it because, you know, like always, I send these videos to the developers, and this review is going to be no different. So sound cues for objectives is something that's really, really important. You know, because as of right now, I'm just running around, you know, kind of just rolling around, and I could be missing stuff. You know, like I found a chest, I found an urn, but it's almost like it's random. You know, when there's someone who is sighted is playing this, they can probably see a chest, so they know to go over and get it. Now, having sound cues for those chests, you know, like whether they be across the room, having a sound cue to let me know where they are so I can hone in on them and find them is something that's, you know, just as useful as having it be seen in the video game as a chest for a sighted person. You know, like same thing. So, let's see what we got going on over here. Alright, so can't go that way. Head down here. So yeah, so far, like I'm really liking this game. Like it's pretty decent. Like it's, you know, the accessibility is really good. Alright, so yeah. Um it'd be nice to have some sort of hint. Uh I know that in the options I did put on hints. So hopefully, you know, but I haven't seen any of them. So maybe I didn't turn them on. Because with all the rest of the stuff that is accessible, be sort of hard to believe that they wouldn't make the tutorial hints and stuff like that, or help hints, accessible. Alright, so I'm gonna end this video here. I don't want to get too long, and I'm gonna keep playing around with this game because it's pretty interesting. Now, I am a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, so I you know, it's like $14 a month, and you're able to download new games when they come out on the Xbox and on your PC. So that's how I got this game. I didn't have to pay the $20, so that's one thing that's a lot better in my opinion if you're looking to game on a budget, you know. Um, because let's face it, gaming is a expensive hobby, or it can be an expensive hobby. Um, if you're going and buying games, straight out and all that kind of stuff. So, so far, with just the first look at this game, like I think it's really cool. I think there are some room for improvement. As always, there's always room for improvement. But I can't say that there is a ton of room for improvement, honestly. Like this is a really, really decent game. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna keep playing it. If you want to get in touch with the developer, you can of course get online and go to the Minecraft website, or you can go through Twitter, and they are at Dungeon Game, and you can get in contact with the developers. That's at, and then capital DUNGEON, capital GAME. All right, so that should set you in the right direction um, as far as asking for more accessibility. I'm definitely going to be doing that. Asking for a little bit of things as far as like objectives go. Sort of like something like that, and then also I'm going to interact with some of the sighted people who play and see exactly what some of these sounds were that I was hearing, because I want to say that there was a little twinkling sound because there was something there, and then when I did go hit interact, there was actually an urn there. So I'm thinking maybe that is what that sound is. But also having a section in the accessibility menu or in the options where players who are blind and visually impaired can hear the sounds, and so hear the sounds of what a chest sounds like, or what an urn sounds like, or what an interactable container sounds like in game. Then they can know which sounds to go towards, and just simple stuff like that. So so yeah, all in all, I think this game is pretty decent. It's pretty cool. The sound effects are nice. The music is nice. The environment sounds are pretty decent. Like as of right now, I can hear wind. I can't really hear directional wind, but I don't have my 7.1 surround sound on, so the sounds might be better than I can hear right now, and I'll turn that on later on and then see how it works. Since this is a brand new game that just came out, I'm pretty sure they're going to be changing up things, and also they'll most likely be willing to hear different suggestions on accessibility. And so yeah, definitely get in there and either get on the website or hit them up on Twitter, and that's at capital DUNGEON, and then capital GAME. All right, so at Dungeon Game. So thanks for checking out the video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. If you like the content, you want to see more like this, then go ahead and hit that like button. And if you have any comments, um, then go ahead and throw them in the comment section below. Love to hear from you guys. And I will catch you later. All right.
Empty. Bow power 5. Press B for back, press right trigger for quick equip, press X for salvage, press Y for enchantments, press A for pickup. Use left thumbstick for navigation. 13 to 33 ranged damage. A simple but well-rounded piece of weaponry. The hunters of the pumpkin pastures say that a bow doesn't let you down, unlike other trinkets.